Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you a preview of the new series of Argentina Peso banknotes that are due for release later on this year. So you can see right here we've got the lowest denomination, which is going to be the 100 peso note, and it looks completely different from the currently circulating 100 peso note, and that is something that you will see throughout this entire series. This new series looks completely different to the current series that is in circulation, and I'll show you a side-by-side comparison of the two series later on in the video, so do keep an eye out for that. But you can see that this new series of banknotes has shifted the focus away from nature back to the more traditional style of representing people and events of great social and historic significance, and you'll see that all the way through this series. If you can read Spanish, you'll actually see on the reverse of the notes it tells you exactly what is going on in each one of them. But I really like the fact that they've decided to focus on these historical events, and they've made them the centerpiece of the reverse of the banknotes. So let's have a look at the next denomination, which of course is the 200 peso note, and it looks really nice in this crisp clear blue, and you can see that military campaigns seem to be the focus of this banknote here. And you will probably remember, if you've seen the previous series of Argentine banknotes going back maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you'll see the same historical faces appearing over and over again. So some of the portraits will be instantly recognizable, not only to Argentines but also to people who collect currency around the world and are well acquainted with Argentine banknotes. But I think this is a really beautiful banknote. You can see a military campaign celebrated on the back, 1814 to 1825. But let's have a look at the next denomination, which is the 500 peso note right here. And this has got a really nice green color scheme, which I like very much. And what they've done, interestingly, is they've actually combined the portraits from other banknotes and put them together into single banknotes, which is quite interesting. But you can see on the reverse, we've got the celebration of another military campaign. It looks like the culmination of a battle. Military campaign looks like the culmination of a battle, 27th of February 1812. Let's have a look at the next denomination, which is going to be the 1000 peso note. And currently this is the highest denomination that we have seen so far. However, that might not be the end of the story, which I'll show you a little bit later on. But you can see this is probably my favorite. I like the color scheme very much. It reminds me of the 1000 Hong Kong dollar notes that we have here in Hong Kong. It's the same sort of color scheme. I'm not too fond of the front. I think the portrait could do with a bit more depth in the color, but the reverse is quite nice. Again, we seem to have another military campaign on the reverse of this banknote. So there's a really strong sort of patriotic theme resonating throughout this series. That is going to be the final denomination, or is it? So if we look at the current series and the new series side by side, you'll see that the Argentinian banknotes are going to continue with roughly the same color scheme for each denomination. That's where the similarities end. And actually, I think, although I do like the current series, the more that I look at the new upcoming series, the more excited I do get about it. So I think both of these are fantastic sets of banknotes to collect, and I don't think it's a bad thing at all that they've radically changed the design, because it's almost like you're collecting an entirely new generation of banknotes, which I think is a wonderful thing for collectors. Well, earlier on last year we had the reveal of this 5000 peso note, and it never got released, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. Yes, that's right, it's unconfirmed. We don't actually know if this is going to be released, but interestingly, the design fits in with this series quite nicely, so I think this may be coming later on. Now you can see here the inflation rates for Argentina is pretty high, and that's why the 50 peso banknote is no longer around, and this is why I strongly believe that a 5000 peso banknote is going to be added to this series later on, because look at that, 58% inflation in 2022. That is really high. Argentina's been dogged by currency inflation for quite some time now. This is not a new thing. You can see in 2020 it looked like they were getting it under control, but yeah, there we go. You can see inflation remains a serious problem, so I expect that a 5000 will come up later on. So you can see here, this was the 50 peso of the current series, which seems to have been abandoned. That's right, they have no interest in reprinting or redesigning this note as of yet. So let me know what you think about this incredible new series. I think it's fantastic and I'm very excited about it. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Alright guys, it's the Money Man, signing out for now. Bye bye.